Hey guys, today I'm doing my yearly roundup. Yes, I'm doing another one of these. I don't know what it's called this year, but probably yearly roundup. That's what I called it last year, and it's nice to have a bit of continuity. That's because I used to do a series of vlogs called weekly roundups, which weren't that great, actually, now I look back. But yeah, this is yearly roundup, and there's a horrible, just not very nice looking shadow on my eyes right now because I still haven't had my hair cut because I hate haircuts because you gotta talk to a person who has their hands in your hair who you don't know. That's weird. That's just a weird thing. So that's what's going on there. That's the first part of my yearly roundup for what has been a fantastic year as I still don't like haircuts. But no, yeah, it has been a really fantastic year for everything that matters to me. Probably not for like Syria and shit, but you know. Um, but yeah, for space, pretty insane year. For gaming, pretty damn good year. For me and my channel, really good year. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I'd love to start with the SpaceX thing that happened relatively recently, a couple days ago. Yeah. SpaceX, if you don't know because you're a bad person, um, on the 22nd of December, I believe, landed their rocket stage, or the first stage of a rocket on Earth, on land, after delivering 11 satellites to orbit, which is just an insane achievement. It's what I've just been like dreaming about, and what Mr. Musk has been dreaming about, and it has changed the world basically, because you can. Well, maybe they won't be able to reuse this one, but it basically means that if you can bring back a full rocket stage intact, that's like the main bit of the rocket. That's going to cut costs quite seriously, and if you also land the also land the second stage, then that's just you don't even have to buy a new rocket, and it's just so much cheaper because you don't have to build more, you don't have to get all the materials, and you just have to refuel it, which is about, I think the cost of fuel in a Falcon 9 is something. It's pretty much the same as a Boeing 747, or maybe a little more. I know it's quite a lot. It's like almost $500,000 or something, but but yeah. So I mean, it's pretty awesome. I mean, it's a $60 million rocket. I don't know how much of that is just like profit and how much actually it costs to build the rocket, because obviously they have to run a business. So, I mean, who knows? But still, if you this alone could probably reduce the cost by. They've been saying 90%, but obviously there's refurbishing costs and things like that. So, I mean, some people have been saying 40% conservatively. But yeah, either way, it went to space and then it landed. And some of you may be thinking, didn't Blue Origin do this before them? No, they didn't. It's not the same. I was reading the BBC News report because I was like, I wonder what they're saying. It's like SpaceX isn't the first to achieve this. Blue Origin beat them to the punch or whatever. I was like, fuck you, that's not the same. It's yeah, Blue Origin, incredibly impressive achievement. Oh, and that fucking dickhead's tweet that was like, it was after its launch, just like, well done on vertically landing a rocket stage after going to space. Welcome to the club. I was like, oh my god, it's not the same. Because it's not the same. I mean, it went twice as high. It's a much bigger rocket. It delivered stuff to orbit is the main thing. Like, the Blue Origin thing was really cool, don't get me wrong. I mean, it went to space and it came back for very little time and left nothing there. The point is you leave stuff there. But yeah, that was the only thing that kind of like, this is in the back of my head. But yeah, just so awesome. Could make space travel actually not stupidly priced, and we might all be flying around in a Dragon capsules, which will still be super expensive, but are also reusable. Fucking hell yeah. And will hopefully just, you know, make people actually try and make new rockets. I know the Russians are still doing some cool stuff. The ULA just aren't. I mean, the Atlases, they're still pretty old. For a very long time, they were using old Russian engines. I mean, this is actually ULA have been working on reusable stuff, and so have not ULA. That's European Launch Light. No, United Launch Light. I was thinking of ELA and no ESA and ULA. Okay, sorry, I got my space agencies confused. But yeah, United Launch Alliance have been working on their reusable engine thing, and so have the ESA, the European Space Agency, their Project Adeline. So it's really pushing forward the market. The the technology because of the market, because capitalism works sometimes, occasionally. So, yay for that. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking about how awesome space is for a little while, and what else is? Games! Yeah, that's a pretty big thing. It's been a pretty good year for games. I haven't played that many AAA games this year. I've played very few. I played a little bit of Just Cause 3, but my computer's dying. But I'm buying myself a Skylake next year, so that's fine. But yeah, I mean, the crazy amount of games came out. The new Star Wars Battlefront, which my graphics card couldn't get the new driver to work, so I couldn't play. So just fuck me, basically. Fallout 4, which I just didn't really play because I didn't have that much money at the time, and I didn't play Fallout 3. Did I say Fallout 3? I meant Fallout 4, but I didn't play Fallout 3, so it didn't mean that much to me. And I'm not a big RPG guy, so yeah, and Just Cause 3, as I said, played it for a little while, is amazing. But, you know, my computer needs upgrading for these AAA games, and there's probably some other games. Oh yeah, Tomb Raider came out and sold like 7 copies or something. That was, yeah, pretty weird. And movies as well, pretty good movie year. I mean, The Martian came out, didn't see it, didn't want to. The book was amazing, didn't want to ruin that. I mean, it wasn't like amazingly written or anything. There's a little bit of hair in my eye, which is driving me crazy and making my eyes water. Quickly, edit it out. You better edit it out, future me. Yeah, like, obviously the book isn't like literature, it's not like amazingly written, but it's, I don't know, it was nice, and maybe I'll see the film. I just wasn't that infused to it, and I didn't really, I just moved into uni, so I didn't really have anyone that's like, you want to go to the cinema, because that sounded weird in my head, so yeah, Star Wars has come out, which, oh yeah, Star Wars fame, Star Wars game, Star Wars film. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. Seeing it on Sunday. If you leave spoilers in the comments, you're not allowed to watch my videos anymore. No, I'll just probably delete the comments. What else? I don't know when this is going up. It might go up on Sunday, because this is currently Christmas Eve. Still doesn't feel like Christmas, because I'm not a big Christmas person. Just this big social obligation. And I'm not religious either, so it's just virtually meaningless to me. It cost a lot of money, and I don't really like British food, because as I'm sure you know, Americans, British food is terrible. And I'm not religious. It's fine if you are, but I just feel like I'm a little bit forced into celebrating something that means nothing to me. It's like it's a social obligation, and the only good thing is I get really drunk in the morning, and I'm gonna go get really drunk tonight probably for Christmas Eve, because, you know, it's fun to party and everyone's festive, so they're happy, and I'm just happy that I'm there. I don't know. It's a fun time of year, but it's meaningless to me. Anyway, what was I talking about before I started yelling about Christmas? Star Wars or something? But yeah, there's also been just like a ton of good movies. Spectre, which I still haven't seen. I haven't really seen many big things. I haven't played many AAA games. I haven't seen many big films. I've just kind of just done whatever. I've actually just been really enjoying indie games, though. I'm just so much enjoying Kerbal Space Program still. It blows my mind. I had this one comment in the 1.0 video I did. It's like, oh my god, you're so in love with this game. Just shut up. It's so annoying. You're just like sucking its dick. I was like, well, I mean, it did teach me everything about space and started me on the YouTube path and just like changed my life completely. So yeah, I mean, obviously I'm gonna, but yeah. Anyway, but yeah, stuff about me. And the channel being probably the best year of my life. It feels weird to say that because I'm 18 still, so like when you're a kid you don't really have like, oh, that was the best year of my life. It was like, well, I'm older now, so it's better because I'm like more mature. Because like, you know, when you're 30 every year is just the same and it all bleeds into one. But when you're younger, it's like every year's so wildly different that it's not like that was the best year of my life. It was just like, yeah, that was totally different to the other year. But yeah, I think I could probably say this is probably the best year of my life, definitely, because I did all these things. Well, I did like 2 things. I did YouTube and university. Yeah, if you don't know, I got into university in London and I'm studying computer science. I'm currently back home right now, by the way, which is why none of my videos have intros and they're all in 720p and have lots of other problems because Linux has terrible editing software. But it's free, so yay. But yeah, so that's obviously insane because I'm doing something that I just love doing, and it's so much fun, just like being at uni. It feels kind of like real life light, like you have less responsibility than you kind of might have in real life, and you don't have to get a job, and you just get all your money given to you. And a lot of people are like, oh my god, I'm paying so much money for this freaking education. Oh my god. And I'm like, actually, I haven't spent any money on my education yet. The government paid for it for me so far. I know at some point I'm probably going to have to pay that back, but people should stop complaining about their basically free education, which in England you don't actually have to pay back unless you're earning enough money to be paying stuff back. And the numbers actually came in that unless you leave university earning like 45 grand a year, you're not going to pay it all back. So stop complaining about your free education. I know in America it's slightly different. I don't understand the American education system at all. You have to go get a degree, and then you have to go to like a different school for like law and shit. But I don't know. You're complicated people. Yeah, so that was awesome. Survived A levels. If you're doing your A levels soon, they're hard, and yeah, I mean, like teachers like, oh, you have way more freedom. It's totally different from school. It's like that's a lie. It's the same, but it's harder. It's kind of shittier, but it's totally worth it because now I have university and a big old maybe future ahead of me. So that's good. And if you're doing a computer science degree, just a little bit of advice, just learn to code a bit before. So many people on my course don't code at all yet. Well, obviously they do now because they've done a term of a computer science degree, but yeah, it's kind of worrying how little some of them know. There are some really talented people who are like way better than me at programming and other things, but still, it's just a little disheartening when you're like, oh, I spent the last 4 years learning to program, and yeah, but still, it did make the first term. I'm not gonna say mind-numbingly easy, but yeah, mind-numbingly easy. And like, it's also the maths I dragged myself through at A level really helps. Actually, in my last maths test, I got 99%. So, fuck you, high school maths teachers who were kind of dicky about it. I win. Anyway, yeah, I talked too long about all these things, but also the last thing is my YouTube channel. If you've stayed for this 13-minute so far video, then you'll probably care enough to just let me say thank you to. I think I'm gonna find out right now how many is it as of right now. 8,122 of you. Fucking hell. I mean, I know it's like an insignificant number in the grand scheme of things, but it feels like such a real number. I have more subscribers than some of the people I used to watch before I started, or when I started. I have, I'm gonna check again, how many channel views do I currently have? It's something quite, yeah, 1.0, it's like almost 1.1 million channel views. I know, like, again, in the grand scheme of things, there's a lot of people who get, like, double that on every video, but still, that's, like, so many views to me. Like, over 1 million people have clicked on my stupid face, or my stupid thumbnails I make. Yeah, it's just insane that it's gone this far. Like, this time last year, I had just uploaded my first video that made a real difference to my channel. It wasn't, no, I hadn't just uploaded it, but it was like the first 3 months where stuff started to kick off. It was a BD Armory video. So yeah, very grateful to Mr. BD, or whatever the hell that mod developer's name is, because that's how people found my channel, and how it's continued to move in the way it has. Although I'm very glad, actually, that my most successful video isn't about war. It's nice that it's a space one. It's got, I'm going to check again, I have my laptop in front of me. Oh, just kicked the table. Yeah, almost 85,000 views on more solar systems. And then, yeah, lots of successful videos that aren't about war, and then quite a few that are. And it's like a non-KSP video with over 20,000 views, The City Skylines, which was an amazing Let's Play. I kind of wish I'd done an extra video just like talking about it, because it was just so much fun. It was my second longest series ever. It was 39 episodes, and it did pretty well for non-KSP stuff on my channel, and it felt like it had a community around it, and it was just it was just so much fun the whole way through. And my little mayor character guy, who I was just always like, I'm the fucking mayor, motherfucker. Yeah, and yeah, pretty much that. I think this time last year I had maybe 1,000 subscribers, and had recently got my machinima contract and had recently seeing money for it, which is always like, well, I mean, it's kind of mixed because obviously it's great to make money for something you love doing, but it's also like sometimes I have to think about, oh, should I upload this because maybe this would do better, and I gotta money and stuff. Whereas, but I try not to do that too much because I just do what I like doing, and you can see that by all the videos I upload. That, like, obviously I could just do KSP every day and get lots more views, but it wouldn't be as fun. And it's about having fun, and I like to think there's something for everyone, except people who don't like my ridiculously, probably annoying style. I think it's very niche. But yeah, I've gained like over 7,000 subscribers this year, and an insane amount of views, and an insane amount of fun. And I'm now doing this wonderful collaborative warfare project with a bunch of wonderful people who it's just nice to be in a kind of like YouTuber community sort of thing. That's just quite fun. And yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm pretty much just ranting. But thank you, because this is probably one of, I don't know. It's just YouTube is just it's so much fun and it's awesome, and just one of the things I've realized this year is a lot of people are always like, oh, I hate the sound of my own voice on record. I really like the sound of my own voice when I record it. I love listening to a lot of my videos, especially sorry, there's a bit of especially the ones where I'm like vaguely funny. I make myself laugh, and I often watch back and I'll say something, and then me watching the video, I'll say the follow up to that like is the punchline of the joke or something, and then I'll say it on the video. I'll be like, oh, I didn't even remember, but we're still the same. But oh my god, it's so much fun. And then you upload it, and then loads of people are like, great work, and you're so awesome, and just helpful comments, and occasionally fuck you tape, and that's just funny because it's nice to be just big enough to get a little bit of hate, but not big enough to get so much that it makes you dead inside. But yeah, I think this is probably just one of the best things I've ever done on purpose. So thank you. I'll see you next year, I guess.